Hi, I'm Jesse Topper and I'm here at the Pennsylvania State Farm Show. We're so happy to be here once again this year. I'm also happy to be joined by Mike Smith, the Executive Deputy Secretary of Agriculture. Mike, thanks so much for being here and for taking some time to talk agriculture, which I know is a big subject for you.
Happy to do it. Thanks, Representative.
So we're here at the 102nd PA Farm Show. What makes this show unique?
For one, it's the largest indoor agricultural exhibition in the country, so that's something to be proud of. And as you said, this is the 102nd show. For 102 years, we've been coming together as a Commonwealth to celebrate an industry that is the cornerstone of our economy, of our way of life. It feeds us, it employs us. It's really a phenomenal industry that it's done a lot for this state.
For those of us who have grown up in farming communities and around agriculture, when we come here, we see a lot of folks who have not been exposed maybe to agriculture. Maybe
Right.
They live in more urban areas, but this is a place that always seems to connect the non-agriculture community with the agriculture community. Do you see it as that, and how positive is that for us?
That's correct. This show really serves two purposes. It's a place for people who are in production agriculture in one form or another to come and display the best of the best that they have to offer. But you're also right, it is a consumer-focused show. And with 98% of the population being removed from production agriculture, fewer than 2% of the population is actually engaged in farming. It's an opportunity to connect them to those that don't farm with those that do farm, to learn about the industry. How does food get from the farm to our tables each and every day?
So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But things are always evolving and moving. Where do you see the farm show in, say, 5 years, 10 years? What are some of the things that might change or might stay the same?
No, this is an industry that's always in flux. We're in the process of helping the industry put together a strategic plan for itself over the next 10 years. And as we're engaged in this effort, we're looking back 10 years and things that are in place today we couldn't have foreseen even 10 years ago. We expect that same kind of transformation to happen over the next 10 years, be it in production practices, be it in the science and technology. There's just a whole range of things that are happening that are influencing this industry. I think for certain you're going to see Pennsylvania still remain a leader in a number of different commodities. We're a top 5 state, a top 10 state for a dozen or so different commodities. We're going to do everything we can to ensure that we remain in those high ranking positions. We're going to make sure that we have a workforce that's capable of performing the jobs that are necessary to keep this industry alive and vibrant. And that's going to take additional training opportunities. It's going to take improvements at the K through 12 level in ag education. So we're going to see more of an emphasis on the education and workforce training component. And those are just a few of the areas.
And the education component is, as I tour farms back in the district, ag is becoming fairly high tech.
It is.
In terms of the training that young people need if they want to get into this industry.
Yeah, we recently launched an apprenticeship program to help train people who are interested in becoming ag service equipment mechanics. And I jokingly said when we announced that program, this ain't your grandfather's tractor. Today's tractors have more computer technology than the first computer I had as a kid growing up. They're GPS driven, the amount that they spray or the rate at which they apply different materials or harvest materials is all regulated by computers. It's really quite advanced.
So let's talk about farmland preservation. Obviously, we've been fairly aggressive in trying to preserve our farms here in Pennsylvania and this land. You have an announcement about some money that's going to be coming from the federal government, I think, to help with that.
Right. So one, we're particularly proud of our farmland preservation program. It's the largest program of its kind in the country. We have more than 500,000 acres preserved in perpetuity, and those are over more than 5,200 farms. So that's something that we're particularly proud of, as I said. The interesting thing that you just alluded to was the announcement we heard recently from the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture. Their NRCS, National Conservation Resource Services Program, is going to award Pennsylvania's Farmland Preservation Program more than $6 million that we're going to use to help those who have preserved their farms or those that hope to preserve their farms in the near future institute best management practices. I know you're a champion of conservation work and making sure that we're all good stewards of our environment. This is additional dollars that are coming into Pennsylvania that will help farmers do that.
You see Pennsylvania as a place that's attracting folks who want to be, they want to have farms, they want to be in agriculture. Do you see that continuing? We always have been in the past.
That's certainly our goal. We recognize that every year the average age of a farmer continues to increase. It's now north of 58 years old. We need to have the next generation ready to take the reins from them. So that's why we have devoted such serious attention to K through 12 education, particularly in our ag education programs, in workforce training and certification programs, in the 2 and 4 year degree programs. We want to have people who are ready to step into the shoes of today's agricultural leaders.
Mike, thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking the time and talking to the folks back in the 78th District about this important industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative.